In 2020, Ireland's Supreme Court ruled that Subway's bread cannot legally be called bread. The sugar content was 5 times over the legal limit. Here's the uncomfortable truth. That same problem is sitting in your grocery cart right now. Most of the loaves in the American bread aisle are ultra-processed products wearing a bread costume, loaded with added sugar, refined flour, and a chemistry set of dough conditioners. Today, I'm exposing 9 bread brands that aren't really bread and 5 that actually are. Let's start with the most famous imposter of them all. Number 9, Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread is the loaf that raised generations of Americans, and that's exactly the problem. Real bread requires 4 ingredients: flour, water, salt, and yeast. Wonder Bread's classic white has more than 20. You'll find high fructose corn syrup, soybean oil, and dough conditioners like DATEM and monoglycerides, whose only job is to let a factory pump out identical loaves that stay squishy for weeks. Real bread goes stale in days. If your loaf still feels fresh after 2 weeks on the counter, that's not freshness. That's engineering. Nutritionally, you're getting refined white flour that spikes blood sugar with almost no fiber to slow it down. 2 slices behave more like candy than grain. Wonder Bread isn't hiding what it is, but the next brand charges you a premium to pretend otherwise. Number 8, Sara Lee Artesano. Artesano is Sara Lee's masterstroke of marketing. The name whispers artisan. The thick-cut slices and rustic packaging suggest a European bakery, but flip the bag over and the illusion collapses. This is refined white flour, added sugar, and vegetable oil, the same basic formula as any cheap sandwich loaf, just cut thicker and sold at a higher price. There is no sourdough culture here, no long fermentation, none of the things that make actual artisan bread worth eating. What you're paying extra for is a word, and it's a word the brand invented, because artesano isn't a bread style. It's a trademark. At least Sara Lee keeps the sugar somewhat restrained. The next brand turns sugar into its entire business model. Number 7, King's Hawaiian Original Sweet Rolls. Let's be honest about what King's Hawaiian is. It's cake shaped like a dinner roll. A single sweet roll packs around 5 grams of sugar, and nobody in history has eaten just one. Have 3 rolls with dinner, and you've consumed more sugar than a bowl of some breakfast cereals. The ingredient list backs it up. Sugar appears high on the label, joined by refined flour and soybean oil. Remember that Irish court ruling from the intro? The legal threshold was sugar exceeding 2% of the flour weight. King's Hawaiian blows past that many times over. This isn't a health food that went wrong. It's a dessert that snuck into the bread aisle. Before we expose the next imposter, do me a quick favor. Hit the like button and subscribe, because we put out brand exposés like this every single week, and you don't want to learn about the next one after you've already bought it. All set. Let's continue. Number 6, Nature's Own Honey Wheat. Here's a trick the industry has used for decades. Take white bread, add a splash of honey and caramel color, print the word wheat in a warm, earthy font, and watch health-conscious shoppers pay extra. Nature's Own Honey Wheat is not whole wheat bread. The first ingredient is enriched wheat flour, which is just white flour with a few vitamins sprayed back in after processing stripped them out. The honey is real, but it's there as a sweetener, meaning this loaf carries added sugar in every slice while delivering barely more fiber than plain white bread. The words on the front of the bag are doing all the work. The ingredient panel on the back tells the truth. And that same trick powers the next brand's entire lineup. Number 5, Bimbo Soft White. Bimbo is the biggest bakery company on the planet. They own Sara Lee, Thomas's, Inman's, and dozens of other labels you'd never connect to them. Their flagship soft white loaf is the template for everything wrong with industrial bread. Refined flour, added sugar, vegetable oil, and preservatives like calcium propionate to survive weeks in a warehouse. The softness people love is created by chemical dough conditioners, not by careful baking. When one company controls this much of the bread aisle, the same shortcuts show up under a dozen different brand names. You think you're choosing between brands. You're mostly choosing between logos. Speaking of logos doing heavy lifting, the next one has fooled almost everyone. Number 4, Pepperidge Farm Swirl Cinnamon Bread. Pepperidge Farm built its reputation on quality, and some of their products deserve it. This one doesn't. The cinnamon swirl bread is marketed as a wholesome breakfast, but each slice carries roughly 6 grams of sugar. Toast 2 slices with butter, and you're eating a cinnamon roll while telling yourself it's bread. The swirl itself is essentially a sugar paste ribboned through refined white dough. There's nothing wrong with eating dessert. There's a lot wrong with a label that dresses dessert up as breakfast bread for kids' lunchboxes. But at least you can taste the sugar here. The next brand hides its problems where your tongue can't find them. Number 3, Sunbeam King Thin. Sunbeam is the budget loaf of the American South, and its price tells you everything. To hit that price point, you get the cheapest possible refined flour, high fructose corn syrup, soybean oil, and a full roster of conditioners and preservatives. The slices are so thin and airy they compress into paste between your fingers. That airiness isn't lightness. It's literally selling you air. Fiber content rounds to almost nothing. Protein is minimal, and the glycemic hit is immediate. There's no scandal here, no lawsuit, just a product engineered to be as cheap as legally possible. Your body pays the difference. The next brand, though, wraps the same shortcuts in a healthy glow. Number 2, Arnold Country White. Arnold, sold as brownberry in the Midwest and Orwheat out west, has cultivated a premium, wholesome image with its paper-textured bags and farmhouse branding. The whole grain varieties have merit. Country White does not. It's refined flour, sugar, and vegetable oil dressed in premium packaging at a premium price. The word country is doing the same job Artesano does for Sara Lee. It's a vibe, not an ingredient. When a brand's healthy image gets you to stop reading labels, that's exactly when they've got you. And one brand has perfected that move better than anyone. Number 1, Dave's Killer Bread White Bread Done Right. This one hurts, because Dave's Killer Bread makes some genuinely excellent loaves, and we'll praise them in a minute. But White Bread Done Right is a case study in a great brand cashing in on its own halo. The name promises white bread, redeemed. The reality is a loaf where refined flour still leads the recipe, sweetened with sugar, riding on the organic reputation the brand earned with completely different products. It's better than Wonder Bread, sure, but done right. Real bread doesn't need a redemption arc. Now, let's talk about the loaves that never needed one. Here are 5 breads that are actually bread. First, Food for Life, Ezekiel 4 verse 9. No flour at all. This bread is made from sprouted whole grains and legumes, wheat, barley, millet, lentils, and soybeans. Sprouting unlocks nutrients and makes the grain easier to digest. There's no added sugar anywhere in the loaf, and each slice delivers real fiber and about 5 grams of protein. You'll find it in the freezer section, because bread without preservatives has to be frozen. That inconvenience is the best endorsement on the package. Second, Dave's Killer Bread Power Seed. See, we told you Dave's could bake. Power Seed is what built this brand's reputation. Organic whole grains, a heavy load of seeds, 5 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber per slice, with sweetness kept minimal. This is the loaf to buy when you want something hearty from a regular supermarket shelf without hunting down a specialty store. Third, Silver Hills Sprouted Bakery. Like Ezekiel, Silver Hills builds its loaves from sprouted whole grains, but with a softer texture that converts white bread loyalists. Their Little Big Bread is a favorite for kids' sandwiches. Clean ingredient list, real fiber, and no chemical conditioners. Sprouted bread that doesn't feel like a punishment. Fourth, Angelic Bakehouse Sprouted 7 Grain. A smaller brand worth seeking out. 7 sprouted whole grains, no artificial preservatives, and a short ingredient list you can actually read aloud without stumbling. The texture is dense and satisfying, and the flavor has the nutty depth that industrial loaves fake with caramel color. And fifth, a true sourdough, like San Francisco-style loaves from your grocery's bakery section, where the label reads flour, water, salt, and culture. Real sourdough is fermented for hours or days, which breaks down the starches, lowers the glycemic impact, and creates flavor no additive can imitate. If the ingredient list is 4 items long, you've found actual bread. There you have it. 9 loaves that aren't really bread, and 5 that never lied to you. But bread isn't the only aisle running this scam. The cheese aisle is worse, because some of what's sold there isn't legally allowed to be called cheese at all. We expose those brands in our next video. Don't miss it.